W. Walrob Complex, where it's Ocean City and Egg Harbor Township in a Independence Division game of the West Jersey Football League. EHT comes into the game with a win under its belt over Atlantic City last week in an early game, and Ocean City opening its season. Raiders coming off a 7-3 season. The last 3 years, the record has gotten better each year. And with the changes in the alignment, Bud, with St. Joe and Cedar Creek taken out of the division, replaced by Egg Harbor Township and Bridgeton, it makes it a lot more competitive.
You know, Tom, it's interesting. You're right. It does certainly make it more competitive, and that's obviously the reason that that they do it and do the realignments. And you know, it's not just based on size of school. It's based on what your program's done in the last few years.
And geography a little bit.
Right. And I just kind of feel like, you know, things are so different than they used to be. You know, you don't have the same rivalries in some cases that you used to. And I don't know. I guess maybe I'm just getting older, and it's
well, there's no doubt about that.
Starting to see some stuff fade away that I always thought was good.
And the football program in the state of New Jersey is different. This year, all the regular season games will be over by November 1st. The South Jersey champions will be determined before Thanksgiving. And the way they select the teams is kind of complicated. For example, in South Jersey and Central Jersey, Group 4, Ocean City has moved up to Group 4 this year. They take all the teams from South and Central that qualify as Group 4 schools, and that includes Central Regional, the Brick Memorials, Freehold, Colts Neck, Heightstown, Lakewood, and what they'll do is they'll take the power ratings in football after 8 weeks. The 16 teams out of about 35 who have the highest ratings will make the playoffs, and then once they decide who those 16 are, the 8 who are furthest south become the South Jersey teams, and the other 8. So there's a possibility that a couple of teams we think of as Central Jersey will be playing in the South Jersey tournament, or a couple teams that are traditionally South Jersey will play up in Central Jersey. And then 9th and West, right in the center of Ocean City. It's interesting. I had a conversation with Glenn Wiesenthal a week or so ago. He used to love to throw the curveball, and he had a good one. You know, it was one of those knee-buckling curves when it was working right. And I asked him if he had any elbow problems later in life, and he said he really hasn't. And then we started talking about a guy who's had surgeries and everything else so he can keep playing baseball, the one and only Al Sacco. He's still playing baseball, and I have no idea how old he is, but he loves the sport and the camaraderie and everything. And the Sacco family has been feeding South Jersey for nearly 50 years at Sacco Subs, serving the biggest and best subs, sandwiches, party trays, and Italian food in the area. They're open 11 every morning at 926 Asbury Avenue in Ocean City until 8 Thursday through Saturday until 7 the rest of the week. Every Thursday, it's pizza party with special savings and great food. Phone Sacco Subs, 609-525-0460. Make Sacco Subs part of your holiday entertaining. You like the way I tied them in together?
I thought that was a tremendous segue, Tom, and I'll tell you, there's nothing better to me than a Sacco's special. Oh.
And repairs at Wiesenthal's.
Oh, yeah.
And get to see the legendary Al.
Absolutely.
You remember that Glenn Wiesenthal curveball? Huh?
I certainly do. You know, that's another thing. We're talking about how things change and stuff. And, man, I watched baseball today. It's just not the same. All the shift that goes on.
You know, I noticed they count. Oh, yeah, the shifts. And they're thinking about rules against it, but that's silly. They have so many mound visits now. And it's right up on the scoreboards in most stadiums.
Right.
And but I've noticed something. In the past, when a pitching coach or somebody would come out, they'd wait. I mean, the umpire would almost be moving to the mound as soon as the coach got to the mound. Now they're waiting. They're waiting, I think, like 30, 40 seconds before they go out there. So I guess because they have limited mound visits, they're letting them make it longer, which kind of defeated the purpose of the limited mound visits.
Yeah, the one thing I hate the infield shift. I just think it takes so much out of the game.
Let me say something. Bud Rink would beat it. because he'd hit the other way.
Yeah, but that's, some guys can do that. But
everybody can do that to get to the major leagues.
That's the thing. Everybody wants to hit home runs.
Sure.
And that's why the game's changed so much.
That's another way to beat it.
They all, Ryan Howard's one of the few guys that could beat it because he hit an opposite field home run.
Yeah.
How many times have you watched Carlos Santana hit that ground ball in the hole between first and second, and it's an out?
Yeah, the third baseman picks it up.
I don't know. Well, sometimes I feel like they ought to just have two infielders on either side of the bag and do what you're supposed to do, the way it used to be. Like I said.
Yep. There's lots of action tonight. Some games underway, and we'll give you some of those scores in just a moment. But the other 7 o'clock games include Holy Spirit at Eastern, Oakcrest at Bridgeton, Pleasantville at Maple Shade, Vineland at Atlantic City. Tomorrow at noon, Millville will play St. Joe. Tough start to the season by Millville. They played St. Peter's Prep, ranked in the top 100 in the nation last week, and now they got St. Joe's, which should be in the top 100 in the nation. They're the #1 team in South Jersey, and this may be, and this is a strong statement, St. Joe's best team ever. That Jada Byers, whom we saw last year, and he scored 6 touchdowns in the opening game to tie a record for a Cape Atlantic League football player. All right, EHT's finally worked their way out onto the field now. They've had the flip of the coin. I'm sorry to say I missed it. Did you?
Egg Harbor Township won the toss and elected to receive.
Okay. So EHT in the silver pants, silver helmets, and black jerseys. And Ocean City, as we said, in the red and white with the black helmets. And we're not too far away from the start of this game. Ocean City and Egg Harbor Township, the game of the week produced by Prime Events on 106.3 The Shore. Brought to you by Atlantic Care with urgent care centers all over South Jersey. This, of course, is an important game. This is the first division game for Egg Harbor Township. They won over Atlantic City last week, but Atlantic City's in a different division. And Ocean City is, of course, opening its season, and it's a division game for them. So it's an important game for both teams, and I would think that they're approaching. About ready to go here at Egg Harbor Township. We mentioned before that Lower Cape May and Riverside has been delayed probably until about 7:30. There's also a delay up in Rancocas Valley, so the storm is still all around us, but it's not here. And Middle Township's down in Delaware. They've avoided the whole thing, and they're leading Seaford, Delaware, 28-0 at the half.
And have some success in this football game earlier, whether it be defensively or offensively. They need to set the tone, and Egg Harbor Township's going to look to build on what they did last week.
No doubt about it. Ocean City to kick off. Jalen Barnes and Devin Parker back deep for Egg Harbor Township. The kick is short, and it's taken at the sideline at around the 22-yard line, out across the 25. It stopped at about the 28-yard line, and that's where Egg Harbor Township will put it into play.
As you said, Tom, a short kick. But, it'll be interesting to see a lot of new kids, both sides of the football. It'll be a lot of interesting to see how they fare in the early going here. You like to, in high school, you're not kicking the ball in the end zone, so everybody gets to hit somebody at least on the kickoff.
That's right. That's right. Egg Harbor Township breaks the huddle. Receiver split to the left. Single setback, double wing. Wing back right is in motion. They pitch it back to him, but the pitch goes awry. And diving on the ball back at the 15-yard line is Steve Cannella.
Yeah, he did a really smart thing there, Tom, by diving on that football as opposed to trying to pick it up and get something out of it. A couple of defenders right behind him ready to hit him if he did pick it up. So he did the smart thing and just made sure it wasn't going to get any worse than it already was. And they've lost, 15 yards on the play?
Yeah, about 13. Second and 23. Back on the, just inside the 15-yard line. This time the backs are split. Wing back on the right side, receiver to the left. And hitting the center of the line with no success. So it'll be third down and about 23 yards to go.
Yeah, Ocean City was strong last year in the middle of that line. And we called Austin Green's number and name a lot last year, and I expect the same thing to happen this year.
Well, he set a record, remember? 4 sacks in a game. And they moved him right into the center as the nose tackle.
Yeah, last year I think he pretty much was at the defensive end position.
Yeah. Under center, and they hand the ball off, trying to sweep the left side. Trey McKenzie, the 5'7", 161-pound junior, and he stopped at the 15-yard line. So it's going to be fourth down and about 22 yards to go for Egg Harbor Township in their first possession of this game, and they will punt the football. Ocean City sends Jake Schneider and Brandon Lashley back. Lashley made his presence known in baseball seasons, already signed to go play baseball in college. But he does a lot for this football team. He's on the field almost all the time. Here's the punt. It's high, floating. Schneider takes it at the 45-yard line. He's inside the 40. There's flags on the play, and he stopped inside the 35-yard line.
Yeah, the flag is just about 4 or 5 yards ahead of where he caught the ball. I think based on the reaction of what we're seeing on the field, it's probably going to be against the Raiders. Really nice, high, good kick. This time of the year.
It is a hold against Ocean City.
This time of the year, the weather's warm and it's humid. The ball's going to travel a lot further when you kick it than when you get into those cold weekends in late October and early November.
So it looks like they're stepping it off, from the 40? Oh, no. Yeah. So it starts at midfield. Ocean City at the 50 with exactly 10-10.
I think they'd have been happy to have it at the 50 before the kick.
Yeah, anybody will take half the field. All right, Ocean City. Ian Ungst under center. In the pistol. He's got a slot to the left, drops back to throw, right side. The pass is complete, spins away from a tackle down the right sideline, and Brian Beckman gets a first down inside the 40 at about the 38-yard line.
Yeah, back in the day, again, you wouldn't see Ocean City come out and throw the ball on first down to start the season, let alone to start the game. They want to get their feet wet running the football, but there you are, a successful first down and a nice little out pass.
Trips to the left in the pistol. Ungst takes a snap, hands it off, and he's going to be stopped for about a yard. Not much on the play at all, as Ocean City tried the right side. Jake and Sarah, the sophomore running back. There's 4 running backs that will come in and out. A couple of them play defense, so that's just the way they can rest them on offense. Now it's a wide slot to the left, receiver to the right. Wing back or half H-back. They swing it out left side. That's Lashley. He's battling his way inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line.
Yeah, when you look at the roster, you see a lot of symbols next to his name.
Lashley.
Kick return, punt return, wide receiver, safety, punter.
Yeah, he did punt some last year, too. He's not their primary punter this year, but you're right. He does a lot of things, and he does a lot of things on the baseball field, too.
I bet he can hit the opposite way.
Ungst hands it off inside. Ball's on the ground. And it looks like Egg Harbor Township has recovered it.
Ocean City fumble recovered by Stephen.
Ungst and Isaac Wilson that time got a little bit mixed up on the handoff. It was an option into the center of the line. I think Ungst was trying to take the ball, either take it back or leave it there, and Isaac Wilson thought the opposite, and the ball ended up on the ground.
Recovered by Stephen Moore, 5'11", 207-pound junior. And EHT takes over on its own 28. That's where they started their first possession. Now they've got trips to the left, receiver to the right, and they're working out of the pistol. Snap, drop back. Pass on the right, flat to the sideline is complete. Out close to the 35-yard line for a gain of about 7 to Sal Pascal.
Well, you knew they weren't going to run that wide pitch that they ran on first down last time that ended up awry and cost them 13 yards. Good first down play there, picks up 8.
And they look to the sidelines. They were ready to go, and now they're checking signals at the sidelines, Egg Harbor Township. Steve Ramos in the pistol. He's got a receiver to the left, to the right, trips to the left on the 35. 2nd and 3. Takes a snap, drops straight back, has a little time, starts up the middle, avoids one. He's hit just short of the first down at about the 37, close to the 38-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. Looks like it's going to be first down yardage.
Mike Rhodes, a 200-pound sophomore, initially makes a stop. He's up on that defensive line, kind of grabbed him from behind, got some help from Travis Sturley.
And it's a first down for Egg Harbor Township. They spot the ball on the 39-yard line. Double slot. Ramos looked like he was going to call signals. Now he looks to the sidelines.
Yeah, all colleges seem to be doing that now, too.
And you got to be ready for them the first time, because once in a while they're going to snap it. Takes the snap, hands the ball off. Good penetration by Ocean City, and no room for McKenzie.
Yeah, that was Brandon Lynn with that penetration you're talking about.
Lynn hoping to become that rare football player at Ocean City who leads the team in tackles 3 years in a row. He was a preseason second-team All-South Jersey selection in Mark Narducci's 27th annual South Jersey preview, along with Dan Oberzinski, the big offensive lineman for Ocean City. Second and about 13 yards to go. Ramos with the ball, drops back, has a little time. It's intercepted, and across the 40, still running with the ball. The flag on the play, and driven out of bounds, Billy Kroger, who does so many things on the football field, but yet is going to go to college to play lacrosse. Picks off the pass. Started down the right side and then swung it all the way around down the left side and takes it down inside the 30. But there's a flag on the play.
They're going to start probably on the 50 again. Blocking it back.
A second 10-yard penalty against Ocean City.
You know, the pass that time was kind of advertised. I mean, quarterback never took his eyes off the receiver he wanted to throw the ball to right from the get-go and threw it right into coverage. Kroger had great coverage and was right there to make the interception.
1st and 10 on the 46 of Egg Harbor Township for Ocean City in a game so far of turnovers. Ocean City breaks the huddle. They've got a slot to the right. Kroger, the wing back on the left side, the H-back they call him. And the handoff is into the line, and nothing there for Luke Conte, a junior running back Ocean City thinks a lot of. It's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, good stop that time by the front 4 or 5 of the Eagles defensive line. James Tucker also in there, linebacker.
Ocean City ready, 2nd and 10, a little more than 10. Ungst in the pistol, Slot to the right. Fires left side too high for Lashley, who leaped for it and was bumped as he was in the air. Came down a little hard, but he's okay. It'll be third and a little more than 10.
Yeah, Luis Rivera Terrell over there on the coverage, and Lashley went up high. The ball well overthrown over his head. He tried to go up way high, and as he was in air, he took a shot.
Now repositioning the football.
That's not a pass that a receiver likes to see come his way that high. He knows he's dead meat.
Ungst awaits the snap. Slot to the right, receiver to the left. Now he stops and looks to the sidelines. See if they're changing the play. In the pistol. H-back is on the right side. Ungst drops back, throws long down the middle. Lashley can't get under it. Threw it about 4 or 5 yards too long, and it'll be third down.
He had Insera back there, and actually it's fourth down, Tom. They had the running play and then the high pass and then that pass. So Egg Harbor Township holds on defense. The Raiders are going to be forced to punt the football.
Fourth down for Ocean City. And they are punting the football. Lashley kicks it, right side, bounces toward the sideline, and it's stopped there at about the 16 or 17-yard line. So each team has a first down, but not a whole lot of offense here in this first quarter.
Yeah, again, it's early in the season. As we said, the Eagles played a game last week. They had an opportunity to get one under their belts. The Raiders are, in the first 6 minutes of their season here, and they got to get the kinks out. They played some preseason scrimmages, and unlike the National Football League, the kids are playing in the preseason. The starters are playing because you're not trying to determine who's going to make the roster.
Look at the Atlantic Care scoreboard. Buna leads Haddon Township 33-0. Middle Township 28. Seaford, Delaware 0. And Vineland leads Atlantic City 21-0. The game at Lower Cape May has not started, and it's been delayed by the storm. So apparently there's storms all around South Jersey, but it's not too bad here at Egg Harbor Township.
As a matter of fact, it's kind of a pretty sight. The big, huge cloud above us with the sun shining on the edge of it. It kind of looks neat.
There's another score. Lenape leads St. Augustine 16-6. Lenape, the defending South Jersey Group 5 champion. Now there's a flag on this play, and they're bringing the markers, the yard markers back, the chains. So
I don't think there weren't enough players on the field, I thought. I guess they're going to kick again. Looks like they're going to kick again.
I don't think the officials know what they're going to do. They had a long conversation where the ball was spotted down around the 17-yard line. Now they brought it back, and they're stepping off a penalty from the EHT 43 to the 48-yard line. So it's about
procedure.
4th and 10.
Yeah, illegal procedure penalty against the Raiders. So
and EHT accepted it rather than take the ball at the 17. So we're punting again here with 6:05 left in the first quarter. Lashley gets it away. This one's not as good. End over end, and it takes a sideways bounce at about the 33-yard line. So a good decision by Egg Harbor Township.
Yeah, that sprint right and then kick the ball. That time he really didn't get a good foot into it. And the Eagles gain about 13 or 14 yards on that 5-yard penalty. So it's kind of a sloppy start here. Not unexpected, but certainly not hoped for by either team's coaches.
I would think not. They've set the starting time for that game at Lower Cape May, 7:45, assuming they don't see any more lightning or hear any more thunder.
They must have just heard some because it's 7:20.
Yeah, that's when they just said it, I guess. They heard some at 7:15. All right. Egg Harbor Township, receiver right and left. 1st and 10 from their own 33. They hit the right side of the line and maybe 2 yards out to the 35-yard line.
Get a couple, like you said. I think the Raiders are going to be tough to run on, Tom, in the middle.
Run by Chris Decker for a gain of 2.
If past seasons are any indication, and they do have some pretty good players up there, and of course Lynn right behind them.
Right. Chris Decker gets a couple of yards in the play. It's 2nd and 8 from the 35-yard line. Backs are split, receivers left and right. Right is in motion, and they're coming right and caught from behind and brought down with great pursuit as Will Drain chased him down. The 6'2", 204-pound sophomore defensive tackle makes the stop for a loss of about 3. It'll be 3rd and 11.
By Will Drain. 3rd and 10.
Ocean City home next Friday, 6 o'clock at Carey Stadium with brand new LED lights against Bridgeton. EHT now, back split, receiver to each side, motion from the left side. Back to throw, rolling right. Ramos he looks down, nice pass, caught it across the 50 at about the 47-yard line, and he ran right over Pete Thompson. He knocked out one of his shoes came off. They hit him pretty hard, the receiver and the defender, and he's being tended to. You all know Pete Thompson from the old days of TV 40 and a radio personality, and also just started a teaching career, as a matter of fact, at Atlantic Tech. But he's down and was hit pretty hard, and they're going to stop the game.
Yeah, he was holding his back, I thought, at first.
I assume he had a camera on his shoulder, too, but I don't see one. Anyway, it's a 1st down for Egg Harbor Township at the Ocean City 45-yard line. A nice pass by Steve Ramos.
It was right over top of Lashley, who had the short side coverage, and right in front of the deep coverage back.
How long did you stay out of the water after you showed Jaws?
I don't go in the water anyway.
Pete Thompson's in a seated position now. That was a reaction from the fans, you heard. But he's still surrounded by people, officials, trainers. Probably cracking a couple of jokes. See some of them smile as they walk away.
Yeah, he took a shot.
We'll see if they get him help or if he can get onto his feet.
Well, one of the things is, if he gets on his feet, he better move. He doesn't want to be standing there.
No. Now, the two teams are lining up, so I think, and he is on his feet. He is on his feet.
They're probably asking him if he wants to go to
the
hospital or whatever. Here we go.
DHT ready. Motion from the left side. It shifts to the right end. So it's a slot to the left. Handoff. They're trying to get to the outside. McKenzie's hit and stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd and about 11.
Run by Trey McKenzie for a loss of 1. Tackled by Travis.
Just, takes the momentum away, and yet, like you said, you got to be careful that, that he's not in a position where if the play comes that way again. Second down and 10.
2nd and 10 it is, a little more than 10. Motion from the right wing. And look at the penetration by Ocean City, but they didn't get the ball carrier. Was that Drain that came flying through there?
Boy, Tom, 55, yep.
He made that great stop earlier, and he almost beat the ball to him, but to his credit, Ramos got the handoff just in time, and they pick up 5 yards, maybe 6.
It was incredible, like you said, although, they ran right to the spot where he came from, so that kind of helped. But He almost looked like he was making the tackle before the handoff. He got there pretty quickly. Pete's going to take the golf cart ride with the trainer.
I don't blame him.
I don't either. And, of course, they don't want to be liable for anything, so they want him.
Sure. 3rd and 4. Backs are split. And a whistle. Timeout. Ocean City calls timeout.
Timeout, Ocean City, their first timeout.
Nothing to nothing, but Egg Harbor Township has moved the ball downfield, and they're inside the Ocean City 40-yard line.
I made $1.15.
There you go. And we're happy to get it.
I was.
Of course, that was in the 40s or something. Anyway, receiver right, and they had a slot left, but he shifted back into the backfield. So there's back split, handoff, off the left side, running room, and they've got a first down inside the 35-yard line. Chris Decker on the carry, down to the 31-yard line.
Good vision that time by Decker, Tommy. Got to the line of scrimmage. The hole that he was designed, I think, to run through was filled, and he bounced it to the outside and beat the coverage around the end and gives Egg Harbor Township a first down. First time anybody's really had any kind of a threat going there at the 31-yard line with 2:25 left here in the first quarter of a scoreless football game.
EHT out of the huddle. They shift the tight end from left to right. Backs are split. Slot to the left. Ramos hands the ball off. Decker again, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage and driven back.
When they do, and they often do, shift the tight end to the opposite side, the Raiders shift defensively as well to, so they're not outmanned on that strong side of the field. They did run the opposite way of where they shifted to, which teams do often. It's a cat and mouse game.
Right. They still haven't resumed at Rancocas Valley. So the storm is really having an impact here on what is basically the opening night, though there were a bunch of games last week. 2nd and 10 for Egg Harbor Township. Ramos back to throw out in the left flat. It's caught there at about the 26-yard line. He's driven back, but forward progress will probably take him to the 26, or I guess they're going to put it at the 20. No, official spotting it at the 26. One of them is anyway. Yep, that's where it'll be.
Lashley, one of the defenders over there, far side of the field, pretty tough to see.
Third down and about 5. Receiver wide to the right. Receiver on the left side. A lot of movement there.
Right on, play.
Which draws flags.
Yeah. Looks like an illegal procedure against Egg Harbor Township.
Well, I thought last night in the Eagles-Falcons game that the officials were just so much a part of the game. I can't remember so many penalties being called, especially in the first half of a football game. But, it's kind of the same thing happening here in the first quarter.
Our friend Mike Frankel, whom you see on SNJ, and former high school athlete, tweets out that the score right now is Lightning 28, football nothing. So there's obviously some other games in delay as well. Slot to the right, back to throw. Ramos settles in, fires. It is almost caught at about the 16-yard line. It would have been a great catch, but he couldn't pull it in, and it'll be a 4th down for the Eagles.
Ted Grimley getting a hand in there. I think he might have got the hand in there. He was in on the coverage and had pretty good coverage.
Steve Cannella, a really solid wide receiver and safety, almost pulled that one in.
Running a post pattern from the right side.
4th and 10. Ball's at about the 31-yard line. The HT's gone after it. They've got a trips to the right, receiver to the left. Ramos is in the pistol looking to the sidelines. Shouts something to the offensive line. Takes a snap, drops straight back. Heavy pressure. It's a screen to the left, and great tackle out there by Travis Sterling. One-on-one with the receiver, who had some room down the left sideline if Sterling hadn't brought him down.
And not only was it one-on-one, Tom, but he had a blocker there. The receiver had a blocker helping him out. He beat the block, did Sterling, and then made the tackle. And, that was important because there were 4 guys in on a rush that Egg Harbor Township was allowing to happen to set the screen pass up. And if Sterling doesn't make that play, that's a big gainer. Outstanding football play there. That's going to probably be the end of the first quarter.
I was going to ask you, what do you think that 84 means on the scoreboard? 84 seconds or
8.4 maybe, but I don't see.
Oh, maybe you're right.
I don't see the point. I mean, I don't see the dot.
Both teams are going to the sidelines. And this is kind of unusual. I think they saw lightning, bud. I think they saw lightning here. They are going to stop the game.
Oh my goodness. That's just what I was starting to hear over here.
That's what the 84 probably means. Isn't that short for the end? Isn't that short? I've heard that before. Anyway, that could be an accident. Anyway, we have lightning and/or thunder, so we will not be able to resume this game for at least 30 minutes because that's the rule. And if we see more lightning or thunder in that 30 minutes, the 30-minute count starts all over again. So it's no score. Ocean City's going to have the ball on its own 32-yard line. Just a couple of minutes left in the first quarter, but both teams are required to leave the field, as are cheerleaders and every other official school people. They'd like the people in the stands to take cover too, but I don't think they're going to, especially those sitting in metal stands. But it's either been, I didn't hear thunder, so they must have seen some lightning.
Yeah, and as a precaution, they asked that the fans go back to their cars. Lightning's nothing to mess around with.
Let's get Bill Shawcross down off the roof, huh? Right now.
Well, as long as somebody's taller than you are. It's like if you see an alligator, you don't have to outrun the alligator. You just have to outrun the person you're with.
That's right. All right. Well, the Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center is an exercise facility that encourages 4 seconds on the scoreboard. We just had a 30-minute plus delay because lightning and thunder was in the area, but they feel it's safe to resume. But a lot of other games have not. Timber Creek and Hamilton's going to be played tomorrow. Rancocas Valley and Williamstown. Holy Spirit still in the gym up there at Eastern waiting for their game to start. Lower Cape May finally started. They lead Riverside 7-0. Middle Township has defeated Seaford, Delaware 41-0. Buna beat Haddon Township 40-0. I think that game may have been stopped prematurely because it was one-sided and they saw some lightning. Mainland leads Absegami 27-0. Cedar Creek leads Camden 2-0, and they are in a lightning delay. St. Augustine leads Lenape 30-6 near the end of that game. Oakcrest and Bridgeton 0-0. Vineland 21, Atlantic City 0. And here it's Ocean City and Egg Harbor Township 0-0 in the game of the week. Produced by Prime Events on 106.3 The Shore. Brought to you by Atlantic Care, with urgent care centers all over South Jersey.
So the Raiders are going to get one play, and then we're going to have the end of the first quarter.
That's right. Unless it's a quick play. Ungst in the pistol. Now he's going to shift. They're going to have 3 receivers to the left. Ungst, low snap. He hands it off, but there's nothing there. And Ocean City stopped at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd and 10 when we start the second quarter here at Egg Harbor Township High School.
So that'll be the end of the quarter.
Now both teams will go to the sidelines and talk it over. Nick's Pizza is a family business created more than 4 decades ago. Their latest pizzeria is at 2405 New Road in Northfield. It provides the same reliable and friendly service using only the freshest and finest ingredients. 9990 for special service. Ask for Chugger. Signal Graphics. 2nd and 10 Ocean City at its own 32-yard line. Low snap. They hand the ball off into the line, out across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. A 5-yard gain will make it 3rd down and 5 yards to go for Ocean City as Jake and Sarah picks up some yards.
Still seems to be a lot of confusion down there. I guess just restarting the game and everything else.
Receiver right and left. Bad snap. Trying to grab it on the run is Ungst. It's still loose. It rolls back. It's spun back. There was a Egg Harbor Township player had a clear shot at it, but it kind of spun back around him. And Ocean City recovers, but way back at the 15-yard line, and they'll punt.
Well, I tell you, the Raiders are lucky there, Tom. Trying to think, I believe that was Dan Oberzinski who actually ended up recovering that. And he really hustled for his 322 pounds to get on that football.
Egg Harbor Township had some practice that 3 times that happened to Atlantic City last week. But in those 3 times, EHT got the ball. Standing his own 1-yard line, good snap, is Lashley. End-over-end kick, hits at the 40, bounces over the 50, rolls almost now inside the Egg Harbor Township 40, and dead on the 38-yard line. So that's a 47-yard punt, counting that long roll.
Well, that's a great break for the Raiders as far as the punt. It was a good punt, and he got a real good roll out of it. And it was over the head of the return man, which helped as well from an Ocean City standpoint. Really not much wind. I think that what wind there is was at his back. But that time he stood there and kicked it as opposed to making that run around to the side.
Yeah. 0-0. Egg Harbor Township has the ball on its own 38-yard line. Wide slot to the left. Ramos up under center, hands the ball off into the line, out to the 41, and driven back. Best run that EHT's made up the middle, though.
Yeah, only gains about 2, maybe 3 yards.
Yeah, but they haven't had much success up the middle at all.
Interesting, Tom. The Raiders threw the ball on 1st down. I wondered if that was going to be a preview of what was to come tonight, but they've pretty much run the football. Both teams have pretty much run the football without a whole lot of success.
Back to throw is Ramos rolling right, being chased, gets rid of it toward the sideline, incomplete. Overthrew the receiver. If he'd caught it, he'd have been out of bounds anyway. You remember Ungst, as a sophomore, got into the game up at West Windsor, Plainsboro South, and he threw the pass for a touchdown and ended the season with a pass efficiency rating of 307.4. So, but you can see tonight he throws the ball pretty well, and he's been playing behind Andrew Donahue and Harry Feifel.
The Raiders have a player down on one knee on the far side. That's what the holdup is here. I think he's up.
Both teams come to the sidelines. We had about a 5-minute delay when Pete Thompson was injured earlier. He broke his left arm on the sideline, and he's been transported by ambulance to the hospital.
Well, could have been a lot worse. I mean, that's easy for us to say. It's only a broken arm, but the collision looked like it could have been a lot worse.
And if your head hits back, that's where it could really be bad.
Yep.
Fortunately, that didn't happen. All right, so it's on the 41-yard line.
We have a timeout here.
3rd and 7. Officials are ready to go. Ocean City's ready to go, but EHT's huddled up without a coach, but near the sideline. 3rd and 7. EHT at their own 41. Receiver left, wing back on the right, and they give it to the wing back, and he's caught from behind and brought down as he goes across the 40-yard line by Mike Rhodes.
Jake and Sarah also there just in case. Lashley helping to turn the play in.
Lashley drops back now, along with Schneider, around the 30-yard line, awaiting a punt. 8 Egg Harbor Township and Ocean City scoreless. 4 first downs in the game. Oh, a high kick, but not too deep. And it's out of bounds between the 40 and the 45-yard line. We'll see exactly where they spot it. It went way up in the air, but not too far. They're going to put it at the 43, it looks like.
That's, again, there's not a lot of wind here, but what wind there is, I think, is blowing in the direction that the punt. So the punt was a little bit into the wind.
So that's about 16 yards from the line of scrimmage.
As opposed to, what, 47?
Yeah. So the exchange of punts plays in Ocean City's favor. They start on their own 43-yard line. Slot left. Receiver split to the right. In the pistol, Ian Ungst. Gets the snap. Pump fakes. Looks down the middle. Pass is intercepted at the 41-yard line. Returning down the right side is Steve Cannella, and he's got the ball inside the 40, close to the Ocean City 35-yard line. He made a nice move. Actually, the intended receiver, I don't think it turned around, was probably waiting to go a little deeper, but Cannella saw the pass and cut it off, and he returns it to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, Kroger was the intended receiver, Tom, and you're right. He hadn't yet turned around. The timing was off a little bit, and the pass was delivered before he was really ready for it. And I think he was a little deeper anyway. The defender had the inside position. It almost looked like the pass was intended for the defender. It was thrown right at him, and an easy interception.
1st and 10 for Egg Harbor Township on the Ocean City 36-yard line. Ramos comes up under center. Backs are split behind him, receiver to each side. He drops straight back under some pressure, avoids the pressure, and he scampers to the right, cuts back for a first down. He's tripped from behind, but falls into the 21-yard line.
Yeah, good run there by Ramos.
Picks up 15 to the 21.
Jake and Sarah actually saves that, what could have been a touchdown.
4th first down for Egg Harbor Township. Ocean City has but one. 1st and 10 at the Raider 21-yard line. 8 minutes left in the first half. It's so late because we had 2 delays actually here in the first half. One for lightning and one for an injury on the sideline. Ramos under center. Pitches it back, coming left. And inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line. A 4-yard gain on the play by McKenzie.
His Ramos's run the last time was the longest run from scrimmage for either team up to this point.
Yeah, the big play was the pass play. The one, in fact, on which Pete Thompson was injured.
Right.
The gain of about 4. 2nd and 6. The ball's on the 17-yard line.
This is the best opportunity either team has had.
Devon Parker checks in, senior running back, 5'4", 148 pounds. He's split in the backfield, receiver to each side. Ramos is up under center. Puts the wing back on the left side in motion. Drops back, rolls that way. Sets, puts it up in the air, deep in the end zone, and out of the end zone.
Yeah, the receiver out there is looking for interference, but that ball's 10 yards out of the back of the end zone. And the interference that occurred was probably 5 yards out of the back of the end zone.
So it's 3rd down and 6 for Egg Harbor Township. Eagles trying to make it 2 wins in a row. First time in a while that they will have done that if they win this game. Actually, they have 3 wins in a row, counting last year. They finished the season with their only 2 wins last year. I think Cherry Hill East and Mainland. Right up the middle to the 15 and still going at the 11-yard line. Looked to be stopped at about the 13-yard line. Then all of a sudden emerged on the right side and got another couple of yards. Enough for a first down, it looks like.
Yeah, it's going to be close. I think it is going to be a first down. I was going to say they're in 4-down territory anyway.
First down at the 11 for Egg Harbor Township, their 5th first down of the first half.
First down, Eagles.
I tell you, Ramos is a threat, Tom. He's a threat when he runs the football. I wouldn't be surprised to see them, use a little bit more option with him.
He's up under center. Back split behind him. Wing back left, receiver right. Hands the ball off going left. There's room for McKenzie. He gets into about the 7-yard line. Gain of 4.
Reminds me of Dino Hall when he played football, Trey McKenzie. He's listed as 5'7", 161 pounds. Running back, linebacker. He's not as big as most of the other players out there, but he looks tough.
And he's quick.
Yep.
2nd and 6. Ball's on the 7. Egg Harbor Township threatening with 5.5 minutes left in the first half. They shift the tight end from left to right. Ramos gives it, going right. McKenzie avoids one tackle. Straight arms another. He's down to the goal line. Is that a flag or a marker?
I think it's a flag, Tom.
One of the officials threw the flag, or whatever it was he threw, at about the 1-yard line or so. I think EHT thought they'd scored. Not sure.
Nobody knows
what could have happened. And we'll wait for a signal here.
They're looking like it's possibly a face mask penalty against Ocean City, which obviously would be.
It is. You got it. Face mask against Ocean City. It looks like the play ended at about the 1-yard line. And so they'll get the ball inside the 1, 1st and goal.
And
Ocean City player may have been shaken up a bit. He was down on 2 knees, and now he's walking to the sidelines by himself.
One of the Raider defenders had a hold of McKenzie's shirt, but he just too quick and was able to get away. So now a real good opportunity here.
1st and goal at the 1. 5 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the first half. There was a 30-minute plus delay for lightning and about a 5-6 minute, maybe a little more delay when Pete Thompson, the radio and television personality, was injured, broke his left arm, and a couple players came off the field and ran into him on the sidelines. Ramos under center, backs are split behind him. He hands it off straight ahead. Doesn't look like he got in. No signal from the officials. A big pileup, of course, in the middle of the field.
Might have lost a yard.
Ocean City seems to think they got the ball, but there's been no signal like that from the officials.
And that's the one that counts.
Yeah. Yeah, they have no vote.
Run by Devin Parker for no gain. 2nd and goal from the 1.
2nd goal at the 1. The clock is stopped. Why is the clock stopped? Officials aren't signaling or anything.
Now they're setting the clock.
There they go. Must have been a reason. 2nd and goal. Egg Harbor Township at the 1. Ramos takes the snap. Hands to McKenzie. McKenzie's hit and driven back almost to the 5-yard line. We'll see where his forward progress was, but it's going to be 3rd and goal for Egg Harbor Township. We're going to spot it at the 3.
What a great tackle. I have to apologize. I think it was Austin Green, Tom, but just so far away from it. Really tough to see. But whomever it was a tremendous penetration and loss on the play. Again, it's still in 4-down territory.
It's almost at the 4-yard line, actually. 3rd and goal. EH still lining up, taking a lot of time here. And they're going to take time out. So EHT calls its first timeout of the first half with 3:56 remaining in the first half. No score, but the Eagles are threatening. The game of the week produced by Prime Events on 106.3 The Shore. Brought to you by Atlantic Care with urgent care centers all over South Jersey. Vince Ionase, the certified public accountant in Northfield, concentrates in the following areas: individual and business taxation. Haddon Township 40-0. Rest of the game's in progress or in delay. Here it's 3rd and goal for Egg Harbor Township at about the 3 or 4 yard line. Ramos with it, rolling, passes into the end zone for the touchdown. Nicely thrown, rolling to the left, and the receiver, Sal Pascal, who also plays some quarterback, catches the touchdown pass, call it a 4-yarder, and Egg Harbor Township leads 6-0.
Perfectly thrown football, Tom, and a nice catch over there near the sideline. He's rolling against his body, rolling left, and he has his defender beat by a step, going to the outside, and just a well-thrown pass, and first touchdown of the game goes to the Eagles.
Extra point attempt by John Moeller. Awaiting the snap. Not much of a weather condition here. The kick is very low. Never got any elevation at all. Just went into the feet of the line. So it remains 6-0. And Egg Harbor Township will kick off to Ocean City. You know, it's known all over the Delaware Valley. Johnson's Popcorn on the Ocean City Boardwalk, specializing in their delicious caramel corn. You can get Johnson's Popcorn, none affecting Cape Atlantic League teams. That's probably situations where it was a grass field and the rain has made it kind of muddy, and they want to give it a day to dry out. Though it might be consistent lightning. Here comes the kick from Egg Harbor Township. End over end, not deep. Take him at about the 23-yard line by Lashley, and he brings it out close to the 40. Something going on down there on the field. The flag's been thrown. EHT and an Ocean City player kind of wrestling. We'll see if it's offsetting or if they think one guy.
The one Egg Harbor Township player was trying to pull the other Egg Harbor Township player away. So I'm guessing it's going to be against EHT.
Ball spotted at the 38-yard line.
Nope, it is going to be offsetting. Tom, you're right.
Offsetting personal foul. So 1st and 10 Ocean City at its own 38-yard line.
Ocean City takes over, 1st and 10. From their own 38.
Need to get some kind of response here. Just seems such a I don't think it's a word, but disconvoluted game here with all the stoppages we've had. 3:38 left in the half.
Ungst awaits the snap in the pistol, drops back, throws over the middle, and it's incomplete. The receiver, I think, was held up at the line. There's a flag, a late flag here.
I think it was intended for Kroger.
Officials discussing it'll be a penalty here. 3:29 left first half. Egg Harbor Township leads it 6-0. An ineligible receiver.
Refused. But now the coaches are telling them they want the penalty. Apparently whoever was on the field said they want to refuse the penalty, but now the coaches are saying, no, we want the penalty.
Yeah, I don't understand why they even bother it. Just ask the coaches.
Right.
And they do that more now. EHT goes to Kingsway next Friday, 7 o'clock. Ocean City will play its home opener next Friday against Bridgeton at 6 o'clock. 5-yard penalty against Ocean City, 30 yards in the game. And they've got 1st and 15. Ungst hands the ball off right up the middle, and it may have come loose. Let's see. No. Gain of about 6. He got the penalty and a little more on that run.
Yeah, the Raiders haven't really been able to generate anything offensively. They got a couple of turnovers. You know, again, it's been kind of a sloppy game both ways. I think maybe the second half be a little better, maybe.
Ungst takes the snap, drops straight back, throwing long down the center. There's 2 receivers and 2 defenders there, and it's incomplete. Real battle for the ball at about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, well defended. As you said, Tom, 2 defenders, and the one who broke it up was Tom Sweeney, sophomore. Just throwing a long post pattern downfield. Raiders have not been successful throwing the football so far.
3rd and 8. Beckman splits wide to the right. There's a slot to both sides. In the pistol. Ungst takes a snap. Throws over the middle. Wide open. Down the left side. Inside the 40. Sprinting inside the 30 and the 10 and in for the touchdown. Jake Schneider showing that speed. Cut from the right side. Across from the slot. Across. Caught it and outran everybody.
Oh, my golly. It's almost like they just heard me say they haven't been very successful throwing the football, and they said, here, watch this. And they almost come back with a very similar play, only the ball's thrown underneath just a little bit, and Schneider grabs it in traffic. And, I mean, when you say outruns everybody, that wasn't even close. 148-pound sophomore looked like a 100-yard dash man.
Extra point coming from Michael Wade. Ball is down, the kick is up, it's high enough, and good. So Ocean City takes a 7-6 lead.
Just like that.
You know, we didn't talk about this. We talked about Harry Feifel. We talked about Isaac Robertson and some of the other good people that graduated. And Ocean City's had some good kickers the last couple of years. 2 years ago, it was Kevin Catanoso, and last year it was Keith Larkin, and between them, they had a terrific record, and here's a good start for Michael Wade. Ocean City to kick off. Egg Harbor Township people having hearing problems. You can hear that in the background. The Storage Inn is a family-owned business started more than 3 decades ago. They're at 9th Street and West Avenue in Ocean City. 40 different sizes to meet all your storage needs, personal and commercial. They're open 7 days a week with 24-hour, 7-day security. Call 609-391-1416 for Storage Inn, also located in Egg Harbor Township. Or visit storageinn.net. Their managers are on site to assist you. The Storage Inn of EHT and Ocean City.
You know, Tom, almost like they set that play up with the play previously, because that time they had a receiver almost looked like the same pattern who was deeper. And
Kroger
threw
to
it
kick
underneath.
off. And it comes down at about the 17-yard line, up across the 25. And Egg Harbor Township's going to put it into play around the 29-yard line. So we have no score for a long time, and then we got, what, 2 touchdowns within a minute.
Well, at least it got a little more interesting.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, first 22 minutes or whatever it was, 20 minutes was kind of dull, but, you know, both teams feeling each other out, a couple turnovers, some pretty good defensive plays. Now a couple good offensive plays.
2:22 left first half. EHT with the ball starting in their own 29. Backs are split. Ramos takes the snap. Up the middle, spinning out of a tackle and picking up an extra yard or 2 is Chris Decker. Gets it out to about the 33 for a 4-yard gain. Call it second and a long 6.
Brandon Lynn, Will Drain, a couple other Raiders in on the stop. You wonder if they made much in the way of adjustments during the lightning delay, although they really hadn't seen enough of each other, I think, to make too many adjustments.
Right. Ramos under center, receiver to each side, backs are split. Motion from the left, Ramos rolling right, looking downfield, pump fakes, and he's brought down. That was Will Drain again, I think. He's putting pressure on everybody.
Yep, he's really had a pretty good first half.
Back to the 25-yard line, a sack by Drain. And I think Ocean City's called a timeout. It's a third and about 14 yards to go, so they hope to get the ball back with a minute 24 remaining right now in the first half. They still have one more timeout. Don't be surprised if they use that, if VHT doesn't convert here. Since 1981, the Trofa and Coggins families have offered the best in car care at Car Caress, 1635 Haven Avenue in Ocean City, right next to CVS Pharmacy. There's also Car Caress 2 at 100 Stagecoach Road in Marmora, behind ShopRite. They'll hand wash your vehicle, both the interior and exterior. Automatic car wash, self-service, bays, and vacuums. Car Caress at 1635 Haven Avenue in Ocean City. Phone for an appointment, 609-398-8482. They also offer free pickup and delivery. Car Caress, something special for your vehicle at a price that fits your budget. Egg Harbor Township huddles at the sideline, now comes onto the field. They've got a minute and 24 seconds left, but right now they've got 3rd and 14. And we'll see what they've concocted here for Steve Ramos. He's in the pistol. Slot to the left, receiver to the right, whistles. Stop the play, now a flag.
Yeah, I think the snap didn't come when everybody else thought it was going to come, so it's going to be a procedure penalty against Egg Harbor Township.
Making things worse.
Tom, they've postponed that Cedar Creek-Camden game.
Okay.
With a couple minutes left in the first half, and Cedar Creek leading 2-0. And the question is, they're not coming to any kind of agreement about when that game's going to be played. Cedar Creek apparently wants to play tomorrow. Camden wants to play on Tuesday.
Oh, I don't think they're going to play on Tuesday. I don't know if the West Jersey Football League has the same rules as the Cape Atlantic League, but he's supposed to play on the next available day. Handoff up the middle and out across the 25 to the 26, so it's 4th and long yard. And see if Ocean City calls timeout.
They do.
So Ocean City has a minute and 14 seconds. Of course, they get a punt yet, but to work with, no timeouts. And EHT's going to punt the football. You need a sign? Well, you need Captain Charlie. Captain Charlie uses Blue Water Graphics and Cape Signs to create signs for real estate and other businesses. They do construction site signs and window lettering for your business. They can also provide the lettering for your van.
Lightning delay, but at least we're getting the game in here.
Here comes the punt. Good rush. He gets it away. Floats it downfield, fair catch call, and Lashley catches it at about the Ocean City 41-yard line. So a good punt. And the Raiders have a minute and 6 seconds to see if they can do something with it.
Yeah, it might be, it's going to be tough. I mean, obviously you got to go 60 yards, 58 yards or whatever in a minute and 6 seconds. I don't think they have any timeouts left.
No timeouts left. Just give it to Schneider.
Yeah, exactly. End around.
He also returns kickoffs, so I'm sure we'll see him in action.
Well, we'll find out
again.
We'll find out too. Start the second half because the Raiders will receive.
Right. He's in the slot right. Rolling right is Ungst. Looks downfield. Passes to the sideline for Lashley, but it's incomplete. Lashley has to avoid some EHT players on the sideline, including a couple guys on crutches.
There's going to be a flag here against Egg Harbor Township, and they held one of the intended receivers for the Raiders who was going out. I think it was Schneider. They held him about 5 yards past the line of scrimmage and didn't allow him to get out into the pattern. The flag came out right away. So all that really does is cost them time, although they're going to gain some yardage out of it. And a stoppage as far as the clock is concerned, although the pass was out of bounds anyway to stop the clock.
So it's a 10-yard penalty, 20 in the game so far against Egg Harbor Township.
Why wouldn't that be a first down? They're not moving the sticks.
It is a first down.
Should be.
Referee's saying move those sticks.
I mean, if it was 1st and 10 and it's a 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, where's Bruce?
I didn't teach math, but.
Where's Ron Moretti when you need him? Ball's at the 49 of Egg Harbor Township. 1st and 10, Ocean City, 57 seconds left first half. Ungst back to throw. In the pocket. Out there is Schneider, but is actually thrown in between Schneider and Lashley, and neither one of them really cut their angle toward the ball.
Yeah, they were both running a similar, like just a straight post pattern down the field, and the ball, like you said, Tom, was thrown in between them. Was well thrown. They both had their man beaten, but neither one of them went.
It was a little long, too, I think.
Yeah.
He's got a strong arm, there's no doubt about it. Ocean City with a receiver to the left and a slot to the right. They actually have trips to the right because the H-back is on the right. Ungst puts the H-back in motion, and there's a flag.
Encroachment on the defense. Somebody on the line up there took a step across and jumped back.
So Ocean City's moving down the field without snapping the ball here. 15 yards in penalties move them inside the 45-yard line to the 44.
You know, maybe you take a chance here and run the football. 49 seconds is plenty of time to get a running play off. Maybe you catch them off guard and still hustle down.
Receiver left. H-back on the right side. Ungst gets a nice block. Throws over the middle, wide open. And down to the 30-yard line is Billy Kroger. First down, Ocean City.
Clock stops while they move the chains. That was a nice pass there.
42.8 seconds. They wind the clock. Ocean City in position. Ungst takes a snap. Under pressure. Pump fakes. Now scrambles to the right. He's going to look downfield and throws to the sidelines. It's incomplete. Would have been out of bounds anyway, but a good effort by Brian Beckman. It'll be 2nd and 10. 30 seconds left.
I saw Pascal over there with the coverage, and again, that's a good decision to throw that ball low into the sideline. I was impressed, Tom, with how quickly the Raiders got to the football after that last pass play to make sure they weren't using too much time off the clock.
Mm-hmm. Slot to the right, receiver to the left. H-back is on the left wing. In the pistol, back to throw. Throwing toward the end zone and incomplete. Pretty good defense out there, and the pass was maybe a little long. Trying for Kroger at the goal line. So it's 3rd and 10 for Ocean City. 22.9 seconds left in the first half. Not sure that they've got a 47-yard field goal kicker. It would be a school record, probably.
Does anybody have a 47-yard?
I'm sure somebody does. Yeah, the record is 43 yards. Here's back to throw, pump fake. Hit as he throws the ball, but he gets it away, and it's incomplete. It was in the air a long time, and it was on target, but good defense by Egg Harbor Township at the goal line. Knocks it away, and Ungst got hit pretty good just as he released it.
I tell you, he did really. That ball was right on the money, but the defender was right there. I just can't see who that is over there.
16 seconds left in the first half. 4th and 10 for Ocean City at the 30-yard line of Egg Harbor Township, and they'll go after it here, of course. Ungst takes the snap, gets a block, throws for the end zone, and it's incomplete at the goal line, and a flag.
Yep.
A flag. Brian Beckman went up for it. Defender hit him or bumped him, and it's now, keep in mind, this is in the NFL. Ocean City doesn't get it at the 1. They get 15 yards to the 15. A first down, though, and there's 8.5 seconds left.
Right. So, yeah, immediately everybody's thinking they're going to get the ball at the 1, but you're right. They're going to get it, and the penalty was pretty obvious. He got bumped from behind just as he was about to make the catch again on a post pattern. Well thrown. But Raiders are going to get one more shot from about the 15-yard line.
Or 2 if they hurry. Trips to the right, receiver to the left. Ungst awaits the snap. Steps up into the pocket, passes left side, dive at the end zone, touchdown, Ocean City, as time's about to run out in the first half.
What a throw, Tom. I mean, the pass was away before the cut, which is, what you need. And cut to the outside pylon. A defender right on his back, and the ball delivered right on the money as time expires. I couldn't see who that was.
Ocean City to kick the extra point. Joe Rapetti, the holder, gets out there. Micah Wade to kick it. He only takes like one step. Well, two. It's high enough. No good. So it remains 13-6.
Wow.
But there's only 1.8 seconds remaining in the first half. Ocean City will kick off to Egg Harbor Township. This game brought to you with the best wishes of everyone at Calvi Electric in Atlantic City, who encourage you to get out and support your favorite high school team every week. The Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on 106.3 The Shore, brought to you by Atlantic Care, with urgent care centers all over South Jersey. Number of games have been postponed throughout South Jersey, including the Cedar Creek Camden game. Cedar Creek's leading that game 2-0. I don't know whether they resume it or they start it over. I'm not really sure how they handle that. But that's the only game that's been postponed affecting a Cape Atlantic League school. St. Augustine, 30-6 winner over Lenape, or at least they were winning it late in the game. So Ocean City to kick off. Billy Kroger will kick it. And, of course, the only thing on their mind is make a tackle.
Correct. I would think they may just squib kick it down there a little bit.
Kroger approaches the ball, and it is a ground ball. It comes down to the 29-yard line, and running up the middle across the 45 and tackled there to end the first half.
But what a turn of events, Tom, when you think back. Raiders on fourth down, the beneficiaries of the pass interference call, and gives them one more play and throw the touchdown pass from the 15-yard line. What a turn of events to take the lead here at halftime by a touchdown.
And keep in mind, it was 0-0 with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first half. And we have 3 touchdowns, 2 by Ocean City and 1 by Egg Harbor Township. The Game of the Week produced by Prime Events on 106.3 The Shore, brought to you by Atlantic Care, with urgent care centers all over South Jersey. We'll take time out for some messages, and we'll be back with more. It's Ocean City 13, Egg Harbor Township 6 at the half. Lashley will be deep for Ocean City. Schneider and Beckman right in front of him as Egg Harbor Township gets ready to kick off. Lashley at about his own 15-yard line. Start the second half. Here's the kick, end over end. Lashley takes it at the 20, right up the middle across the 30, hit at the 35, and falls to maybe the 36-yard line, and Ocean City will put it into play there.
Yeah, stopped on the play there by Jalen Barnes. Lashley just kind of picking his way right up the middle, following that wedge.
One of 3 outstanding pitchers on Ocean City's baseball team. Of course, Dan Noonan's been out in Arizona, kind of getting ready to go to spring training next year as a draftee of the Anaheim Angels, or Los Angeles Angels at Anaheim, whatever they call themselves now. And Brandon Lashley had an outstanding year as well. Here's the snap to Unks. It's a little screen, and it's Schneider, and he's looking to run, and he slips.
Boy, that was a well-designed play.
That actually was not Schneider. That was Jake and Sarah. Jake and Sarah, with some of Schneider's moves, gets it out to the 45, and falls a yard short of the first down.
Yeah, as I said, that was a well-designed play. They allowed the rush to come in. They had 3 blockers ahead of him. He just kind of lost his footing there.
2nd and 1. Unks takes the snap, keeps it, gets the first down. He's across the 50 and driven out of bounds around the Egg Harbor Township 45-yard line.
And then, they probably didn't need to tackle him over there. There goes a flag.
Wow.
On that far sideline. It looked like he was out of bounds, and then 2 players took him to the ground. Anxious to see what this is all about, but that was what I thought was going to be the call over there. We'll see.
Should mention the third pitcher on that baseball team, A.J. Campbell. He broke a 34-year record for the lowest earned run average, 0.66. And he's committed to college. So all 3 of those starting pitchers for Ocean City last spring, 2 of whom are back, have committed to college. Ocean City gets big yardage here, 15-yard penalty down to the 30-yard line.
Personal foul, late hit out of bounds. And, of course, Tom, how about Sean Feeney, what he's done at St. John's?
Oh, yeah. He'll be drafted.
Yep.
Have to wait till after his junior year, which is this year. There's a carry by Ocean City down to the 26 or 27-yard line, gain of 3 or 4 yards on the play.
The student section has moved down away from the press box by about 4 rows.
Okay.
Which is...
It's good.
Yes.
Unks gets the low snap, scoops it up, hands it off, up the middle, and driving for a first down inside the 20-yard line is Insera.
I always wonder if the students are going to find our crowd mic. Yeah, sorry.
It's happened a few times.
Yeah, make use of it.
Happened out at Stockton basketball games. Guy picked it up and started to do play-by-play. So we cut the mic off. But when he thought it was a PA mic. When he didn't hear himself, he stopped talking. Low snap again. Ungst hands it off. And Sarah again drives to about the 15-yard line. EHT believes they've got the ball.
Yeah, I think the play was called dead.
In fact, the guy's got the ball, runs it out to the 50-yard line, but officials seem to indicate it's 2nd down. Who was that? That was
34, was it?
Shalev Walls, it says here. And he ran it all the way to the 50. The officials say, come back here. So Ocean City has it on the 15-yard line. 2nd and about 6. They lead 13-6. This is the first possession of the second half. Ungst throws for the end zone. A little bit behind the receiver. High. He went up for it. Couldn't get it. That's Lashley, and he comes down and gets up. Well, hasn't gotten up yet.
Yeah, one-on-one coverage. Now he's going to get up.
Looked like he bumped his knee or something.
Yeah, he kind of, again, the ball was thrown high, and he tried to reach up for it, but, well covered and not catchable. So now what? A timeout?
Both teams have gone to the sidelines. Must be. 9:35 left. It's 3rd down. And about 6 yards to go as Ocean City leads it here 13-6. The game of the week produced by Prima Events on 106.3 The Shore, brought to you by Atlantic Care with urgent care centers all over South Jersey.
They didn't charge anybody with a timeout. I mean, maybe it was an injury timeout.
They may have thought that he was still down or something. But at any rate, the EHT came to the sidelines. They huddled up with the coach. Now they're coming back on the field. And Ocean City's ready to go. 3rd and 6 at the 15. Ungst, slot to the right, receiver to the left. Low snap, he handles it. Under pressure, he's running away from it. On the run, he's at the 15, he's at the 10, at the 5, and in for the touchdown.
Wow.
Ian Ungst with a 15-yard touchdown run that covered about 45 yards. And Ocean City takes a 19-6 lead.
Looked like he had a receiver down there, and it might have been Rogers, who he couldn't he's either going to throw the ball to him or run, and Rodgers was trying to get free, but at the same time thinking he had to block the defender who was guarding him to allow Unks to get in the end zone. And Unks just saw that opening and cut back. And actually, he was lucky to get away. He must have been about the 40-yard line.
He outran those.
Almost tackled and outran him.
Outran those defensive linemen, yeah. Looks like they're going to go for 2. It's 19-6. Unks, slot to the right. Low snap, play action. Rolls right, throws over the middle. No, incomplete. 2 receivers there, but it was a little off center. So Ocean City holds that 19-6 lead.
Ocean City 19, Eagles 6.
So the Raiders come out and take the kickoff. So they've scored on their last 2 possessions, or last 3 possessions.
That's right. Last 3 possessions, and about 4 or 5 minutes of playing time. You'll like the way they do business at the Thomas H. Heist Insurance Agency. They're coastal insurance specialists with over 35 years experience. Flood, boat, auto, life, health. They offer it all at the Heist Agency with convenient offices in Ocean City, Margate, Egg Harbor Township, Marmora, and Vineland. Phone 609-399-0453. You'll also find them online at heistagency.com. Remember Thomas H. Heist when you need insurance. So we've got some final scores on the Atlantic Care scoreboard. And some games, 2 of them involving Cape Atlantic League schools that have been postponed until tomorrow. It's still 0-0. Bridgeton and Oakcrest in the 4th quarter. I think they had a brief delay. Of course, when I say brief, they have to be 30 minutes minimum. But this is a weird Friday. There's no doubt about it.
Yep.
Ocean City set to kick off.
It's not even Halloween.
Billy Kroger. It's a short kick. Hits at the 25 and just goes out of bounds. Egg Harbor Township decided to let it go. And chasing it down there was Lashley, whose knee is apparently all right. And he almost got to it.
Wow. I mean, it was headed out of bounds, but a football takes crazy bounces.
Yeah.
They wanted to make sure that they got the football at the 40.
Well, that's where they're going to get it. Because it goes out of bounds.
Or they can re-kick.
35.
They're going to re-kick.
Oh, okay. Ocean City will kick off from its own 35.
I guess Egg Harbor Township likes their chances of a return.
Yeah. And he hasn't kicked it real deep.
Right.
He hasn't tried. I don't know if he's tried to.
I mean,
remember last year Ocean City tended to not kick deep. They didn't want returns, and they were doing a lot of the pooching and stuff like that, and that may be the attitude again.
And Egg Harbor Township has both of their return men at the 25-yard line. Now, Ocean City sets the ball horizontally on the tee, so you know this is going to be on the ground.
Kroger. A real short kick, and it goes out of bounds. Another flag. Egg Harbor Township's going to move down the field without touching the ball here.
Yeah, this hasn't been pretty. Again, first game, coaches will tell you, we'll get better.
Yeah, but
I think Raiders have been kind of spoiled. They've had some great kicking.
I think they're going to take this one. It went out of bounds at about the 45-yard line.
Yep. Officials going to spot the ball. Look, they're going to put it up close to the 50.
Yep, 49. So Egg Harbor Township says that's good enough. We'll take that one.
It's hard to beat, isn't it?
Yeah. First and 10 at the 49 for the Eagles. They got to bounce back now, trailing 19-6, 19 unanswered points. McKenzie trying to go right, cuts back. Ocean City's there to stop him for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, he read inside there, and Raiders really had the outside covered on the left side of that defense.
Loss of a yard. It's 2nd and 11 at the 48.
Mike Rhodes, I think one of the big guys out there on the left side of that line who helped to turn that play back inside. That's where all the help is on defense.
Ramos under center, back split behind him, motion from the right side. Hands the ball off inside and shooting through the middle, across the 50, inside the 45 to about the 44-yard line. Egg Harbor Township comes, well, they get some of that yardage back on the loss. Decker shoots it down to about the 44. It'll be 3rd and a couple.
Yeah, that was a good run.
A quick opener.
One of their few really good runs from the line of scrimmage up the middle. At least that's probably the most yards they've gained in between the tackles on a single play. 8-9 yards.
Slot left. Ramos under center, pitches it back, cutting it back, and stops short of the first down. It's about a yard short. Good pursuit by Ocean City. Wasn't too much Decker could do.
Another tackle by Will Drain. We're going to call his name a lot over the next 3 years, if tonight's any indication.
Good size, too. 6'2", 204. Ocean City has some sophomores. You know, of course, Schneider's a sophomore, right? And Sarah's a sophomore. And there's more. We just won't list them all. All right, they're going after it. 4th and 1. Single setback, slot to the left. They swing the back. He's going to throw an option pass. Man is out there and makes the catch inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, the Raiders recognized it late, and they had 2 defenders who were hustling back to try to get into coverage, and they just couldn't get back there in time, and the ball was well thrown, right on the money. I mean, he didn't lead the guy, didn't lead the receiver, but well, it was well thrown.
Sal Pascal, who threw the pass, is a quarterback, or at least has been. They're using him as a wide receiver and a running back now because they know he's an athlete and they want him out there. And he threw it right on the money to Steve Cannella. And they've got a first down inside the 10-yard line. Just inside the 10. Backs are split. Ramos back now scrambling to the right. He's driven back and goes down at about the 13-yard line.
And you know, Tom, it's funny. I mean, we have an excellent view from way up high above as Kroger, I think, makes that stop over there. But you could tell when Pascal took the handoff that you could pretty much tell he was looking downfield to throw the ball as he was sprinting right. And you know, at field level, it's a little tougher to see, but.
Second down and goal to go at about the 13-yard line. Backs are split, receivers left and right. Ramos drops back under pressure, gets it away. It's picked off. It's picked off at the 7-yard line, out to the 30. And he's going to go, well, let's see. There's one man that could stop him, and he's not going to do it. Brandon Lashley goes 93 yards for a touchdown.
And one of the one defender who was still chasing him, and give him credit, I mean, he was chasing him. He wasn't going to catch him, but he was still chasing him. He ended up tackling the Ocean City blocker and draws a flag. That's what the flag is.
Okay, the flag is at the 15-yard line. And official hasn't signaled it yet, but everybody's lining up like it's going to be an extra point, so you're right.
Well, it was the pressure that caused that interception as much as anything, Tom. It was really a great job. Just a little frustration there, I think, on the part of the defender, because he got blocked twice and just really had no shot, and then ended up tackling the the blocker, and it was, no malice. They got up and patted each other on the back, and,
Ocean City had 2 interceptions for touchdowns last year. Tom Meehan and Art Spackman. And the longest touchdown return of an interception in school history is 100 yards. Here's the 2-point conversion attempt. Pass over the middle. It's caught, but it's short of the goal line, and Ocean City's 2-point attempt is unsuccessful again. But they add 6 more to their lead, and they lead 25-6 over Egg Harbor Township here with 5:25 remaining in the third quarter. And Ocean City's kind of taken over ever since EHT scored to take a 6-0 lead. Ocean City scored 25 unanswered points. That 100-yard interception return was by Don Mulford in 1944.
That's before me.
I'll have to ask Jim Schaefer what the weather was like that day. 5:25 left, third quarter. Ocean City 25, Egg Harbor Township 6. Things are always happening at the Ocean City Free Public Library. Monday at 6, the classic film series presents Jaws, starring Roy Scheider and Richard Dreyfuss. Tuesday at 3, you can learn conversational French, and the after-school movies with snacks are every Wednesday at 3. You can learn to play bridge or improve your cooking and computer skills. It's all free, plus books, magazines, internet access, homework help, and much more. The Ocean City Free Public Library, 18th and Simpson, phone 609-399-2434, or visit them online at oceancitylibrary.org. And don't forget, too, to visit coastsportstoday.com for complete coverage of Ocean City High School sports, plus Cape Atlantic and Cape May County sports. The only place you'll find award-winning journalist Brian Kniff, plus exclusive video and photo galleries. The best coverage of Cape Atlantic League sports, coastsportstoday.com. Check it out regularly. Sign up for the free newsletter.
Well, the Raiders are going to be the beneficiaries of that 15-yard penalty.
Kicking off from the EHT 45, and they kick it deep and into the end zone.
And that was Henry Saudo.
Yeah, he's the other kicker, and I guess he kicks it a little deeper, so he had a chance to kick it from 15 yards further down and got it into the end zone, and EHT will come out to their 20.
Well, plus they kicked 2 out of bounds the time before, so they went first thing. Let's kick it straight,
right?
And then we'll see how far you can kick it.
Isn't that what you say when you walk up to the tee? First thing to do is hit it straight.
I like to hit a little draw, but I don't really have that shot.
Egg Harbor Township trying to bounce back here. 25 unanswered points. They're going to the pistol. Ramos with the double slot formation. Waits the snap, rocking a little bit in place. Takes the snap, drops back. Throws over the middle, incomplete. A little bit behind Steve Cannella and incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And the Raiders, they got 6 guys back in coverage there. Travis Sturley and Billy Kroger right there. About 10 yards back in the middle. EHT's got a long road to hoe here, but there's plenty of time.
Yeah. And that's because of all these delays. We remind you again, we're only in the third quarter here.
It's almost past my bedtime.
Back to throw. Passes into the right, flattens, dropped. He was thinking about what kind of move he was going to make on that defensive back who was closing on him, Kevin King. And he dropped the ball. So it'll be 3rd and 10 from the 20 for Egg Harbor Township.
King was right there. Had the ball been caught, it would have been about a 5-yard gain. But now they got
trips to the right or left, receiver to the right. In the pistol.
Getting a new play from the sideline.
Ramos back to throw. Under some pressure, out to McKenzie, who avoids a tackle. And McKenzie's going to get a first down. Oh, no. He's going to be short of the first down. He's out to the 26. He's going to be about 4 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, they dropped the way back to set the screen up, and you know, a nice
27
screen,
actually.
gained about 7 yards.
But it's 4th down, and
Right.
EHT's going to punt. Brandon Lashley made a diving catch for a touchdown at the goal line in the second quarter, and a 93-yard run with an interception here in this quarter is back to receive the punt. EHT getting everybody set. Now they snap it. Good snap, no rush. The punt is away from Lashley, and it takes an Ocean City bounce, hits around the 42, bounces back out to the 43 or 44. So the Raiders will start there.
Pretty good punt for half a step.
Ocean City takes over, 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line.
3:55 left third quarter. Ocean City on top here, 25-6.
You know, again, Tom, you think back, I keep going over the same thing over and over. You think back to the first period, and then how long it took to play the first period. It almost didn't seem like we were playing a football game. And then EHT scores, and then after that, it's been all Ocean City.
To recap, we were in a delay of more than 30 minutes because of lightning, and there was also about a 10-minute delay when journalist Pete Thompson on the sidelines was hit and broke his left arm, and it took a while to get him settled. Ocean City with trips to the left. Unks takes a snap, pitches it back, trying to sweep the left side is Conte, and he stopped just past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Egg Harbor Township defended that play well, Tom. Over the very far side of the field, really no gain. 2 or 3 black shirts over there to make the stop.
2nd and 10. Ungst in position. He's got a slot to the right, receiver to the left. Quick pass is caught by Schneider at about the 50-yard line. Gain of about 7 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 3. Ocean City's ready to go, or at least they're lining up on the line. That doesn't always mean they're ready to go.
Right. See all these college teams now that are lining up, they're ready to go, and then they stop and they look at the sideline and still take 30 seconds to snap the ball.
Low snap. Unks picks it up off the ground, then bobbles it again and manages to get possession and dive across the 50. Well, maybe they're going to spot it on the 50. Let's see.
He wanted to hand it to Insera.
Yeah.
So first it was on the ground, then he picked it up and he tried to hand it to Insera, but by that time the timing was so far off it seemed like it went to the ground again, and then he just kind of tried to make something out of it.
4th and 3, Ocean City's going to punt. Lashley's going to do the work.
That was a fast 3 plays.
Devon Parker is back, about his own 20 for Egg Harbor Township. Good snap. He runs to the right, kicks it, but it almost goes straight up. But it gets an Ocean City bounce inside the 35 and down to about the 32-yard line.
You can almost tell when he's going to do that because they don't have anybody on the left side to stop a block. It almost looked like that kick could have been blocked because Egg Harbor Township was easily able to come in from their own right side of the defensive line. But the punter's running away from you.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Eagles on their own 32-yard line. Game of the week produced by Prime Events on 106.3 The Shore. Brought to you by Atlantic Care with urgent care centers all over South Jersey. Eagles come up to the line of scrimmage. Trips to the right. Receiver to the left. And a back. Ramos keeps, and he's hit at the 35-yard line. A gain of about 2 or 3.
And Sarah on the stop on a one-on-one tackle. Last time Egg Harbor Township had the ball, they threw the ball 3 times in a row right away.
Ocean City Field Hockey wins 6-1 over Vineland. Reese Bloomstead with 3 goals.
Phillies are in the top of the 8th, lead the Mets 4-3.
Back to throw. Ramos chased out of the pocket, rolling right and down. Once again, I think it was Will Drain.
Could Mike Rhodes have been in on that play as well?
Sure could have.
Loss of 7. Injury timeout.
So it's 3rd and 13 for Egg Harbor Township, but there's a player down on the field. Looks like they're going to play that Cedar Creek Camden game on Monday. Well, that's a compromise. They wanted to play it on tomorrow, did Cedar Creek. Camden wanted to wait till Tuesday. We've got some kind of an event going on in the Ocean City stands. I don't know, are they phones?
Oh, it might be.
They have lights like you'd see at a concert over there.
Like sparklers or something at first.
Except they're not sparkling.
All right.
So I think they're probably phone flashlights.
That's pretty good, Tom. I wouldn't have thought of that, but that's what it is. Must be Taylor Swift must be over there or something.
Taylor Swift.
I only say that because my granddaughter got to go to the Taylor Swift concert for her birthday this year.
Do you get to take her?
No, her mother took her.
All right, I think we're getting ready to go.
Pretty nice
here.
birthday present for a 7-year-old.
Is she a big fan?
Yep, she is now.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, she was a fan. It's exciting to go to a concert when you're young.
Oh, sure.
3rd down and 13 from the Eagles' 29-yard
All right, so it's 3rd down and 13 yards to go for Egg Harbor Township. Back inside their own 30 at about the 29-yard line. They trail it here 25-6. Trips to the left, receiver to the right. Ramos with a back to his left, takes the snap and rolls left. Quick pass, that's not Ramos. That's Pascal that makes the pass. It's complete, and it's a 1st down out near midfield. Pass caught by McKenzie. Sal Pascal threw that one.
And he was wide open, too.
Pass by Sal Pascal complete to Yasir Shimarel for a gain of 20. Injury timeout.
Ocean City player down on the field. Yeah, the one thing that we don't have too much, like you often do have in an early game, is the humidity that requires hydration. I mean, you need to hydrate anyway.
Right.
But sometimes at this time of the season, you're seeing all kinds of people with cramps. Now, maybe we're seeing a few now. I don't know, but you hope so, because you know that's easy to recover from. That
Right.
was Travis Sturley, and he's up on his feet, walking normally across the field. It's not too late to go to Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th Street in the Boardwalk in Ocean City. They'll be open tomorrow from 1 to 10, Sunday from 1 to 6. And this is it. Wonderland Pier will close for the season at 6 p.m. on Sunday. Remember to save your unused tickets. They'll be good next season. The summer continues for one more weekend at Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th in the Boardwalk in Ocean City. Visit them online at Gillians.com, and certainly hope there's no lightning, because that would obviously affect their decision, but I don't think it's going to be around tomorrow. Okay, 1st and 10 for Egg Harbor Township at the 48-yard line. 8th first down of the game. Ocean City also has 8. Trips to the right, receiver to the left. Pascal takes the snap, hands it off to McKenzie, and he's across the 50 to about the Ocean City 47, and a flag comes in very late.
And it means somebody's going to get a personal foul. Bottom of the pile.
Or an official had trouble getting out of his pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case here.
It is a personal foul against Egg Harbor Township.
Some frustration, I guess, settling in.
Well, they just gained 4 yards on that play. So now they'll lose those 4 and 11 more. And they're going to end up back at their own 38-yard line. So it'll be 1st down Maybe. Yeah, first down. And 21 yards to go. First and 21. They're throwing something around
Looks
here.
like T-shirts.
They can't reach us. Yeah, they are T-shirts. Third quarter comes to an end with Ocean City leading 25-6 with 25 unanswered points after Egg Harbor Township scored the game's first point. Game of the week produced by Prime Events on 106.3 The Shore, brought to you by Atlantic Care with urgent care centers all over South Jersey. Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center is an exercise facility that encourages people of all ages and fitness levels to join and feel better. The center has a saltwater pool that is great for workouts, strength and conditioning equipment, cardio machines, and fantastic aerobic and water exercise classes. The Aquatic and Fitness Center is open weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9. That's what we have on our scoreboard. And of course here, it's Ocean City 25, Egg Harbor Township 6. Ball is a low snap. So he gets it and throws it to the left sideline where it's completed to Ben Saracola. Sal Pascal completes the pass to Saracola, and he gets most of that penalty back. So it's going to be 2nd and 10.
And again, a wide open receiver. I mean, there's two passing plays in a row where the defense was either confused or just lacking some coverage. I mean, nobody within 5, 6, 7 yards of him.
Out to 49, their own 49. Pascal checks the sidelines. It's double slot formation and now a flag.
I think movement on the left side of the offensive line.
Yep, 5-yard penalty. That's 75 yards unofficially against Egg Harbor Township. Full stats will be up online over the weekend at oceancitysports.com, where you can also see the video of this game. We do not have a live stream, but you will be able to see the game, the video of the game at oceancitysports.com this weekend, and on and on and on.
They had three of those, about a third of those yardage on 3 penalties to end the first half.
Yeah.
Which led to a touchdown.
2nd and 15, low snap. They had to fall on it. Back around the 40, 41-yard line. So
Pascal, he didn't even get the ball. Somebody else ended up falling on it back there. They just really brings up a 4th and 19 with just really things have turned after that first touchdown that the Eagles scored.
punting situation, low snap, fields it, gets the kick away. And it's caught, and the ball comes loose. Caught at the 37-yard line. Just as it was caught, he was hit. The ball came loose. Seems like Ocean City has it.
I think that was Brian Beckman. I thought he looked like he was ready, wanted to call for a fair catch at the last minute, maybe didn't have time. And you know, to get his hand up and get it back down and make the catch. It's hard to tell what he was thinking, but that's what it looked like from up here. But he did a good job to recover it. I don't know. The officials are discussing it. Maybe that's what they are discussing, if they thought it was a fair catch signal. And then if it was, he got hit. But their officials are breaking up, so it's whatever it was, it's not going to be any type of penalty or influence on the play.
Ocean City will put it into play on their own 36-yard line. 10 minutes and 1 second left here. Unk shifts 2 guys from right to left. Takes the snap, hands it off, and driving up the middle across the 40 to about the 41-yard line is Kevin King.
Raiders are going to want to just run this clock out now. Our crack research department, Mr. Parker, has said he believes that the game is scheduled for Monday because if either team is playing next Friday, it has to be played by Monday.
Yes.
And Camden is scheduled for next Friday.
King again on the carry. Hit by 2, 3, or 4 defenders, but he gets a few yards down or out close to the 45-yard line. Oh, that's not
Sarah.
King. Sorry, that's in Sarah. Yep.
Run by Jake and Sarah for a gain of 3.
3rd and 2. It might have been in Sarah the play before as well. He's number 45. King's number 4. He may have been hiding his 5. 3rd and 2. Low snap. They give it to Insera again, and he battles his way for a first down, I think.
I'll be close, but I believe you're right, Tom. I think he gets it by half a yard, maybe a yard.
9th first down for Ocean City unofficially.
And the student section here at Egg Harbor Township has quieted down.
Yeah, it's late.
Hey, they're just getting started. Are you kidding?
1st and 10, Ocean City at its own 47. 8.5 minutes left. They lead by 19.
I can remember my kids getting in the shower to go out when I was going to bed.
Low snap handled by fumble. Ball is on the field, and Egg Harbor Township has recovered it.
Yeah, I think that was just a mistake as far as the play was concerned.
Tom Decker came up with it. He an all-star from last year, 6'2", 242-pound defensive end.
One of the tri-captains tonight for the Eagles.
So EHT takes over on the Ocean City 46-yard line.
And Pascal in the game at quarterback, you expect him to throw the ball.
Pascal, of course, caught the only score for Egg Harbor Township. Should he throw a touchdown pass, he would tie that unusual record. Throwing and catching a touchdown in the same game. But they don't. They give it to McKenzie up the middle, and he picks up almost 5.
So let's ask if he throws a pass, it's deflected at the line of scrimmage, and he catches it and runs for a touchdown. Does he become the only person
I don't
who...
think that's technically a forward pass.
Well, if he threw it forward and it got deflected.
Second, a little more than 5 yards to go.
That's had to have happened somewhere.
Oh, probably.
At some point.
A little lower Cape May tonight. The guy tried to kick a field goal, and it was blocked. Then it came back to him, and he ran in for a touchdown.
At this time, we'd like to congratulate the Egg Harbor Township Bullies.
7:16 remaining fourth quarter. There's a timeout on the field. It's 25-6, Ocean City leading Egg Harbor Township. Game of the week produced by Prime Events on 106.3 The Shore, brought to you by Atlantic Care with urgent care centers all over South Jersey. What's your favorite pizza? Hawaiian with ham and pineapple?
It's like extra cheese, really.
Okay. Well, I'm sure they've got that at Nick's.
And I like white pizza.
Okay, yeah, that is good. Whatever you can think of, I'm sure they can make it up for you.
And right now I haven't had dinner, so all the pizza would be good.
They would all be good. Pascal under center, motion, right to left. Center snap was bobbled, and there's a scramble for the ball. Ocean City seems to have it. At least they come out of it with it. Sturley, I think. Sturley comes up with the ball, so another turnover in the game. Third recovery by Ocean City. They have 2 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown. And now a recovery of a fumble.
From a general standpoint, this game won't make many highlight reels. There have been some really highlight plays,
oh,
maybe.
Absolutely.
But
no, I think there's some great highlights in this game.
Individually there were some, but overall, game-wise, it just seemed to be
it's not
a lot of mistakes.
Not the
a lot
smoothest
of
of all games.
Yep.
All right, Ocean City with the ball. Slot to the right, wing back on the left side. Unk still in there, hands it off. And maybe a yard on the play by Isaac Wilson, 5'9", 167-pound junior.
Yep. And again, they're just, 6.5 minutes, just less than 6.5 minutes. All the Raiders want to do is run the clock. I think at this point, Egg Harbor Township probably just wants to run the clock as well.
Slot to the right, wing back on the left side. Now Ocean City looks to the sidelines. Like you said, they just want to keep this clock running. Ongst, low snap, handles it. Hands the ball off again to Wilson. Wilson keeps driving and gets to midfield. Ocean City hosts Bridgeton next Friday at 6 o'clock at Cary Stadium with the brand new LED lights. Egg Harbor Township will go to Kingsway for a 7 o'clock game, and they'll be at Oakcrest the following week, back home here on Friday, September 28th against Washington Township. 3rd and 4. Unks looks to the sidelines. Again, as Bud says, the clock, they just want to keep it moving. Takes the snap, fakes it, keeps it. Rolling right, throws a pass. It's caught by Kroger, avoids the tackle. He's inside the 40, breaks into the open at the 25, and is stopped at the 20. Good pursuit by Egg Harbor Township, but a great run by Kroger and a good pass rolling out by Ongst.
Yep, keeps the drive alive, keeps the clock moving.
Ball's into the 19-yard line.
The flock, aka the Egg Harbor Township student section. And all fans here at Egg Harbor Township High School for your continued dedication.
That loud cheer was because the PA announcer thanked the cheering section. So they're cheering for themselves.
Well,
And they deserve to.
Yeah, they got 35 cheerleaders, not counting the cheering section. Yes.
You did?
Yes. Well,
there's a lot of cheerleaders.
Well,
down
they were
there, no
announcing
doubt
all
about
their
it.
names during between the 3rd and 4th quarter. It took the whole time.
Ongst hands it off. And driving, stopped for about a 4-yard gain maybe. Helmet comes off, which means he has to leave the field unless an opponent pulls it off. And that was Sarah's helmet.
Run by Jake and Sarah for a gain of 3.
So he comes out of the game.
2nd and 7.
Gain of 3. 2nd and 7.
There won't be much coverage in the paper tomorrow with the
Deadlines.
late game deadlines and games not played and games postponed. They better have other stuff in the sports section planned.
Bud's worried about the press.
I'm not worried.
Ongst gets the snap, gives it to Wilson. Wilson is stopped about the line of scrimmage. So
It just won't take me as long to read it.
it'll be 3rd down and about 7 yards to go.
Run by Isaac Wilson.
Burt Reynolds, who died yesterday, wasn't he a NASCAR owner for a while, part-time? I think Walt Tucker told me that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's before
I know he
my
liked to
time,
drive
then.
fast, at least in the movies.
Yep.
Did some real good stuff. Good guy. Came across as the good guy in the films he did. Aretha Franklin, John McCain. There's been a lot of tough losses in the last few weeks.
Yep.
Ongst waits for the snap. 3rd and 7. Hands it off to Wilson. Weaves his way through a little bit inside the 15 to about the 12 or 13-yard line, but it'll be 4th down.
By Isaac Wilson for a gain of 3.
Some people would
Tackled by
disagree with the idea, but I think this would be a good idea to kick a field goal
4th down.
and try your field goal team. Let's see what they can do.
I would be one that would disagree just for I'm against the rub it in kind of thing. I know we have this discussion
I
all
don't
the
think that's
time.
necessarily what you're doing. They could score a touchdown right here, so why don't they just take a knee then if you're going to?
Well, because there's 2 minutes left.
Wilson breaks through. He's at the 5 and gets an unsportsmanlike 1st down. Yeah.
Oh, golly.
Anyway, it gets down to the 2, so he almost did score a touchdown. But we're down to 1:35. how often do you get a chance, to try out your field goal when it doesn't matter whether he makes it or not?
Well, I think that's something you just do in practice as a field goal. I mean, here you're not going to tell the kid not to run. He hasn't played that much. If he gets a touchdown,
here's a drive
he's excited.
by Wilson down to about the 2. Rich Ashburn always used to say it. Some of these idiot pitchers in baseball think if you steal a base in the 6th or 7th inning and your team's ahead by 4 or 5 runs, that they have the right to throw at you. And Rich Ashburn says they never tell you that to home run hitters. Stop hitting the ball because your team's up by 5 or 6 runs. But it's all how you approach it, I guess.
Now they're going to take a knee here.
Jake Schneider's leading cheers out there, getting the Ocean City crowd, which a lot of them hung around. They filled about half of that visitors section, and they got about half of them left. So Ocean City does take a knee.
See that? I like that sportsmanship.
Sure.
They got to probably snap it one more time though, because they I won't say they easily could score here, but I mean they're inside
on the
2-yard line and they got 2 shots at it. So take a knee and say, okay, enough's enough. Points don't matter. I like that.
25-6, Ocean City wins over Egg Harbor Township, evens the Eagles' record at 1-1. Ocean City now 1-0. The Raiders play Bridgeton next Friday. EHT is at Kingsway next Friday. And quick rundown of the scores again. It's Buna 40, Haddon Township nothing. St. Augustine 30, Lenape 6. Middle Township 41, Seaford, Delaware nothing. Vineland 21, Atlantic City nothing. Mainland beat Absegami. We don't have the final score. Cedar Creek leading Camden 2-0. They'll finish the game on Monday. Lower Cape May leading Riverside 14-8, but I don't know whether they've resumed or not. We do not have any further information on that game. Oakcrest and Bridgeton were scoreless in the 4th quarter, and Holy Spirit and Eastern never got started. They'll play the game tomorrow at noon. We'll talk to you again next Friday from Carey Stadium at 6 o'clock when Ocean City takes on Bridgeton. And special thanks to our award-winning producer, Adam, who special thanks because he's still here at 10 o'clock on a game with a lot of delays that lasted a lot longer than it was expected to. For Bud Ring, and also Mike Pellegrino, Hall of Famer Mike Pellegrino, for his hospitality here at Egg Harbor Township. So once again, the final score, Ocean City 25, Egg Harbor Township 6. For Bud Rink, Tom Williams. Talk to you again next Friday for the Game of the Week on 106.3 The Shore.
Thank everyone for coming out here to Egg Harbor Township High School.